Alright, welcome back. In our last video we got signed up for Animoto. Now we're going to work on creating a video and kind of seeing what those look like. So what we want to do is we want to get back on our dashboard, but this time we're not going to putz around. We're going to come up here and we're going to click this create button. It's going to bring you to an option of two different types of videos. One is slideshow and one is marketing. You'll probably mostly use slideshow because that's just where you can kind of stitch some photos and videos and other stuff together to create a video really quickly. Marketing is more like you're creating a brand and you use a logo and you're trying to sell something or make a commercial. There's no reason you can't use these, but this is just probably more geared toward your needs. So to kind of give you an idea what an Animoto video looks like, let's watch this sample video here. So you'll see these are just somebody's videos, pictures. They've kind of added some transitions that have some text on them. And so like this video is made with Animoto. It's for Animoto, but it's made with Animoto. So you kind of get the idea of how it ends up working. We'll close out of this, but you get the idea. If you want to know like kind of what marketing looks like, we can do that real quick. You see it's the same kind of idea, except these are built to create like more geared towards selling something. The tools aren't drastically different, so we won't worry too much about that. When you well, we'll get into that later. Let's go ahead and work on creating a video. So we're going to start with a slideshow video. I'm just going to click create, and that'll bring you into the video style selection menu. As a teacher, it's going to give you recommended for education, and so these styles are just stuff that teacher use. But if you have other uses you want to explore around, you have other options here. So what a video style is the way that it's going to edit your stuff together for you, the content that you want to create a video out of. So like what you want to consider Animoto to be is like a poster board that you're going to glue stuff on top of. So this is like picking the poster board that's going to kind of be the backdrop or the background or the setting or set the tone or whatever. So you can actually preview these. Come down here to Globetrotter. I'm going to click on this, and if I kind of want to get an idea what this looks like before I use it, I can watch it. And so maybe I'm thinking, oh yeah, this will be great. I want to talk about geography or landforms or something, and so this kind of gives you that feel. And so what it'll take is it will take your information and kind of splice it into that. The one thing to note is that there are premium ones and that you can't use those unless you have a pro account, but there are plenty of things to choose from. So don't feel like you're limited by the premium content. Alright, so you kind of get the idea. It comes with all that Now you can come back and change this later, but for our purposes, I will just go ahead and pick let's do retro wheel. So once you pick something that you like, you're going to click create video. And it's basically going to give you a timeline where you're going to add some content. So I'll talk about all the stuff we're looking at. So after you create your video, you're going to have this menu over here on the left with some options. Since we haven't added any pictures or videos yet, this is all grayed out, but once we start adding stuff, it will change that specifically. So let's go ahead and start adding some stuff to this. First of all, you can change your style. So let's say you didn't like the one you picked, you can always come back in here and change it. I'll actually keep mine. You can add a logo. So this is like if you want to do like some sort of marketing commercial or something like that. I don't want a logo, so I'm not going to do that. You can add pictures and videos though, so that's what we'll do here. So you have a lot of options. You can upload stuff directly from your computer. You can attach this, and since a lot of people use this in their personal lives for like creating videos about like life events and want to share that kind of stuff, it does attach to all of these photo sharing services, Facebook, Instagram, etc. You can use those if you want, but you probably won't want to. So the main thing you're going to use is to upload and to use the image library and the video clip collection. So let me do a look for something in here we might be able to use. Do an announcement. So if I wanted to do an announcement for something, if I wanted to do a scene, I can put a picture of this road in here, you know. So you can add that way. One of the things that's kind of irritating about this, in my opinion, is you can't search, so you have to go in and look through everything. And so that's why I think it's better to go in and find the stuff you want and then download them and then upload them to this. Like, use your own images and pictures and videos and stuff. But you know, that's just me. So I'll add this one. So here's a couple of pictures. You can also, let me upload. So here I have some good stuff here. I'll just use all this Jose Canseco stuff. Alright, so it'll start uploading all these things. You see what's happening here is it's taken all of these files and it's uploading them, and it's kind of creating a timeline out of them. And we'll preview this in a second just to kind of show you what it looks like. But the way the video works is it's going to take all these things and kind of play them together. You can do a couple of other things here. You can come in here and you can, if you pick these pictures, you can edit them if you want to crop it or change the lighting, or you know, whatever. And this is more if you're going to use it with your photos and things like that. But you know, if I want to like crop this down, I can, you know, if I want it to look more like this. Yeah, okay, so I mean, you have that option. You can of course do some orientation stuff. If you use a video, you don't really have options. It's kind of funny. You can flip them, you know, upside down, however you want to do with that. Let's see here. So here's a good example of something that will happen. If you upload a picture that's small, it's not quite the right size. It will just give you this alert that it's going to look blurry in your video because it kind of blows these up and it does some kind of different things with them. Alright, so I'm going to start kind of creating this video here. I have some clips of the world famous baseball player Jose Canseco, so we'll do him. So I have some pictures on here. I'm going to come in here and add a caption. So I'm going to say introducing Jose Canseco, world famous baseball slugger. Now for a video you can't add a caption, obviously. He's played for many teams. No one can get enough of this charismatic baseball superstar. Oh, I don't have the space. Superstar. So one thing to keep track of is you do have like a character limit down here. So you don't want to run out. So, alright. So the reason you want to add captions is because it will, those will kind of play over in your video. So we've added some of that stuff. You can also just add a like a text slide. So I'll put a slide in here that says Jose Canseco, the best. And so these can go in anywhere. So I'll put one here, and I'll put one at the end. Alright, so I have an intro slide. I have some slides that kind of tell the story of this guy. I have a thanks for watching kind of slide here. So I've put together all the content. Now what I need to do is I want to preview this and make sure it looks okay. So here's our preview button. If we click this, we can kind of watch what we've got so far. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing before we watch the song. So up here at the top, you can um, use a song that's kind of built in. So you can, it's the same thing from before. You can kind of preview these, see if you like them. See, that's what's on there now, and I don't really want that. I want something more upbeat. Oh yeah, this sounds good. And you also have like these, you know, you can go through the education ones or, you know, whatever. You can also upload a song. I'm not going to do that because who has the time for that, but you can totally do that. I'm going to select this one, so now it says this up here. If you want to add another song and kind of create another scene to your video, you can do that by adding another song, and then you can start adding more information to play along with that. I'm not going to do that, but you can if you want. That's an option. Alright, so I have my song. One other thing I'll talk about real quick is if you come up here to the song, you can actually trim it to the part you want it to play. So if, you know, 6 minutes, might not want to use the whole thing. Image pacing, do you want the images to play slowly or quickly? So that'll just be the amount of time that it spends focusing on each image. You can have it do it automatically based on the song, right? So I'll just do it this way. I'll have them be a little bit slower. I'll save that. Now you have up here, this is how long your video is going to be. 37 seconds. The music is 6 minutes, but the video is actually only going to be 37 seconds. Alright, a couple other things. We'll get into this in a minute. Let's actually preview this video now. So it will take a minute to generate the preview, and it does tell you, since you're just having a trial use of this, that it's going to have a watermark on it, which, you know what, we can live with that. Alright, here's my video.
Seiko bids for the second homer of the inning. If it's fair, he's got it.
Whoa.
And it settles into the upper deck.
Oh, my goodness.
Alright, so that's the preview of my video. And let's say, you know, I want to flip the order of these. I want to put these in here differently. You know, there's a lot of you have a lot of control over like editing this in a simple way, you know. Let's go back and say I didn't like that style that I picked. You know, I can come back in and I can do you know, I don't know if I want to use this, but just give you an example. And then I can come in and preview the video, and it's going to have that new style. So before it had that kind of like the viewfinder, and it was, you know, the image was changing every time the viewfinder switched. So this one will have some other kind of shtick to it. Alright, we got like a record player. Okay, you got your kind of looking around the stuff in this guy's apartment with his music or something, it looks like.
Seiko bids for the second homer of the inning. If it's fair, he's got it.
Whoa.
And it settles into the upper deck.
Oh, my goodness.
Alright, so you kind of get the why it's kind of cool, and how it's so easy to use. I just spent, you know, 10 minutes showing you how to do this, but if you had your images and your videos and stuff, you could have an image, I mean, you could have your video done in a matter of 5 minutes or less once you were used to using something like this. So, I'm done with my video. I want to save this so I can start sharing it to people. So I'll come up here to where it says produce, and I want to obviously give it a name. You can, you know, put the date on it. You have your name. You can change the name or whatever. You can give a description. Now over here is your video quality. So what quality do you want it to be exported in? As a free user, you're going to have the 360p, but 1080p, you know, it's, well, you know, you're going to want to use 360. I'll just put it that way. If you are really concerned about quality, then you can go back in, but it just takes a long time. As you see, it is going to be a minute until this is ready to go, so we'll just pause the video for a second. Alright, so my video had time to process, and now it is ready to go. So that's it. That means your video is finished. And it will also tell you up at the top, upgrade if you want to remove the watermark. You're going to have this watermark Animoto trial. Well, you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't worry too much about it. So that's how you edit your video. That's how you save your video. Stay tuned to the next session, and we'll talk about sharing your video out to the world.